Hi, everybody. Safe to say it is a chilly Thursday out there. A reminder that speaking for the Portland, Salem, Vancouver areas, record temperatures this time of the year for how cold it can be in the afternoon or for daytime highs are generally around 46 degrees. And I start off by showing you at 4:30, it's 46 degrees in Portland. Now we have been up to at least as warm as 48, maybe 49, but it is about as chilly as it can be this time of the year. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill coming to you from the Portland, Vancouver area. I use my weather site a lot for these videos, which you can bookmark. I hope you will, portlandweather.com. It has a lot of great current observations and weather cameras on it, and really gives you a nice picture of what's happening. One of the big stories today, of course, is just how chilly it is. Salem 48, Vancouver 46. Again, these are 4:30 temperatures. Scappoose 52. You folks are the warm spot. Winds are generally fairly light. It's only 38 in Sandy, for crying out loud, and 39 Estacada. Again, at 4:30, the snow level today has verified right around 2,000 feet. Again, just about as chilly as it can possibly be for this time of the year. We have had a variance of conditions in terms of sun and rain and snow up in the mountains. These are live cameras at coming up at 4:50 in the afternoon. There's Tillamook. Beautiful shot from the camera at the Channel House in Depot Bay. So it's right there next to the harbor there in Depot Bay, looking up downtown, looking at downtown along 101. Beautiful. Some sun breaks out in the gorge. There's some cloudy skies. Look at that from Willamette Valley Vineyards, just south of Salem on the Turner exit on I-5. Looks like it's been raining recently or currently right now from the Camas Meadows Golf Course. Sun River, see the white patches on the ground? They had a solid 2 inches of snow last night into this morning. Now they've melted that away today. Central Oregon, Bend, Prineville, Redmond had been under a winter weather advisory for snow showers today, but it looks like weather's improving for the time being. Dark clouds from the Silverton area, Oregon Garden Resort. Where else? Some sun out in the gorge, which had a rainy morning. I thought the gorge might stay kind of rainy all day, but they've broken out of the cloud cover. And there's just a beautiful blue sky from the inn at Ottercrest. They have two cameras I show. This is the north view. So I think it's always fun to kind of check out and see what the conditions are from the coast of Central Oregon through the gorge, which we just did. All right, here's the radar. Jump with me to the right. Okay. Intense showers and again, thunderstorms today. Yesterday, the storms were on the Oregon side of the border in southeastern Oregon. Today, as expected, the thunderstorms have primarily been across the border into Idaho. But look at all that. And then here on the west side, it's not all been light rain. We've got some heavy downpours, no lightning detected. I've been checking, but heavy rain and maybe some embedded hail in some of these showers up here in Western Washington, where you see the bright colors. It has, for the most part, just been light rain rates here in Oregon on the west side and light rain times out in the gorge, all those we saw a moment ago. Skies are actually starting to clear when you get east of Cascade Lock Stevenson. There's Hood River, where we saw some of the clearing cameras. And right now the radar is showing dry weather. On this satellite picture right here, you can see the low spinning right here off of the San Francisco Bay Area. And then all the speckled cloudiness right in here, that's that cold air mass that we're now in. This low shooting up the thicker moisture plume into eastern Oregon and Idaho. And then we're getting some of that moisture here on the west side. Water vapor imagery shows that nice curl right over the San Francisco Bay Area as well. Here's a look at what the upper flow pattern looks like. And basically it carves out that low center. Notice the number. So this is the pressure heights at 18,000 feet. This is what we call a 534 low. We talked about this yesterday. That's a really cold low for this time of the year. How cold? About as cold as it could possibly be for early April, which is why with record temperatures for cold in the mid 40s, generally this time of the year, we're right down there in record territory with a temperature of 48 or 49. Shame on me for not knowing this. Give me a second. I'm going to open up my record book. So today's April 4th, right? Let's see what the record is. So the record for Portland, yeah, the coldest high temperature we've ever had, the high temperature for today's date at PDX, 46 degrees, 46 back in 1999. So we've already been up to 48, I know for a fact. So we're not going to set that record. But again, it shows that we're really in record territory. And to keep this in mind, the record low tomorrow morning at the airport is 30 back in 1975. PDX is not going to get down to 30, but more on that in a moment. Okay, back to this map because this is interesting. You hear us say cutoff low. What we're talking about is a low that's been cut off by the flow. So see the ridging right here? There's a ridging. So here's the low. So watch my cursor. Storms are trying to come in from the west, right? But they hit this ridge pressure wall and the storms freeze. They can't penetrate. There's nothing feeding in from the east into this low for the same reason. There's nothing really dropping into the north because the ridge actually extends well to the north. So you get a low that's setting there with no moisture able to flow in from the west or the east. And what you're stuck with is whatever the instability of this low can produce. And in this case, it is pulling enough moisture with the low sitting offshore, enough Pacific moisture across California, up into Idaho and Eastern Oregon for some heavier precipitation rates. It's mostly been kind of light, sporadic stuff here on the west side. It's tough to get much of a decent moisture amount when the flow pattern's cut off. That's what we're dealing with. This ridging, by the way, is still set to start taking hold the first part of next week. More on that in a moment. I do want to show you, this is lightning. I grabbed this image about 10 minutes ago. Big cluster of lightning again on the Idaho side of the border. Lightning strike in Nevada. Remember the heavy showers in Western Washington? Nothing's showing up. So it's either just rain or it's rain with some small hail, which I think is probably the most likely scenario down that way. Let's see here. All right, we just looked at all that. And getting my way caught. We are keeping an eye on the mountain because it's been cold. 24 right now, Timberline. That's a good winter-like afternoon, right? No spring skiing conditions today. 29 at Meadows, 27 at Ski Bowl. Base is 131, 115 at Meadows, 52 at Ski Bowl. Government camp below freezing, but close enough to 32, and the precip has been light enough. The ODOT's got Highway 26 in pretty good shape. Obviously, you would assume it's going to be some icy spots over the Cascade Passes tonight into tomorrow morning. And there's a decent shot there'll be some accumulating snow showers of an inch or two at most, but that could cover up the highways early tomorrow morning too. All the passes right now are in good shape, except there's Santiam and there's Willamette Pass. See Cabbage Hill where it's really foggy, it's 31 degrees. There's a winter storm warning now in effect for the Blues. More on that coming up in a moment. Meanwhile, Cascade numbers. Remember this chilly air for this time of the year, likely all the way into Sunday. This shows high temperatures of pass level above freezing, but generally, but in the 30s through Sunday. And then we get the warming next week. Tomorrow will be at least a little bit warmer than today. I think Portland, for example, we've struggled to hit 50 today. We absolutely hit 50, and I think even quite a bit better than that tomorrow. So again, more on that coming up in a moment. Okay, a couple of headlines from the regional forecast offices. What's this? This is a frost advisory put out just not that long ago. This is for tonight, Friday morning, from the local office here in Portland. Everything in blue. So this covers the Coast Range, covers the flats of the Willamette Valley in Eugene, Albany, Salem, Oregon City, not the Portland Metro, not the Vancouver Metro, but out into Battleground and then up into the hills outside of the Kelso-Longview area, and then some of the elevations out into the gorge. Frost advisory means there's at least a possibility of some areas getting down to freezing. And I will tell you this morning, we had a whole fistful of cities between Albany and Salem, and there were other spots, Estacada, to name a few, that got down into the mid-30s. So I feel like everybody in this frost advisory area has a good chance to get down to at least 36 tonight. And if the clouds part, if we get some partial clearing for any length of time, there could be some spotty freezing spots. That's why this frost advisory has been posted. It's tough to tell if we're going to get any substantial, large clearing areas overnight or if the clouds kind of hold solid. To get down to freezing, we'll have to have some stars twinkling. But FYI, if you put some things out, you don't want those things to get down to a 32-degree temperature, cover them up, bring them in this morning, okay? Let's take a look at temperatures. Now, with that said, well, I just showed you the national blended model. These are the temperatures tomorrow morning. And it shows pretty much where we were this morning. If you go down in Albany and then northward in Eugene, you go 36, 35, 37, 35, 37, 36, 39, 40. 38, right up the heart of the I-5 corridor from Eugene, Albany, up into the Kelso-Longview area, and upper 30s up into Seattle as well. This even shows above freezing temperatures in Hood River and out to the Dalles. So we'll see. These temperatures again would match what we had this morning. If the clouds surprisingly break, it could get colder. We definitely have freezing temperatures again in Central Oregon. It shows 27 degrees. We had freezing numbers this morning in Bend, and then the freezing numbers out east. Now, let's jump out to the National Weather Service. This is the biggest headline in terms of our regional weather. See the pink color right here? This is the Blue Mountains. Winter storm warning now in effect through tonight, through tomorrow, through Friday night, into Saturday morning. Look at what the Weather Service is projecting. Problems with travel on I-84 through the Blues with 10 to 18 inches of possible snow. Wow. So I-84, the warning is up for potential snow-covered roads developing overnight tonight, at least into tomorrow morning, and the risk of winter snowy travel conditions through the Blues up into Saturday morning. So FYI, that's a big FYI on that. Here's what the future radar product, National Blended Model, shows. We're starting off at 5 o'clock this afternoon, which is right now, it's 5:01. Here's a heavier rain kind of paralleling the Oregon-Idaho border. And then we got areas of moisture out here on the west side, but nothing really widespread. So let's play this into tomorrow morning, and then let's stop it. Here's tomorrow morning. Not much moisture on the west side. Certainly opens the door for some partial clearing and maybe some spotty temperatures nearing 32. There's the solid, steady moisture, which would be snow over the Blue Mountains into tomorrow morning. I'm anxious to get up and get to work at Channel 8 tomorrow morning and see how much snow we have in the Blue Mountains. And then that continues. Remember that warning for snow in the Blue Mountains is up into Saturday morning. This is Saturday early morning, more like Friday overnight still. And see the moisture offshore? So everything we get tomorrow is from that low down in California. But then whatever moisture we get Saturday is from a weakening front that comes in Saturday evening. You see that moisture collecting offshore. This would come in from the west. So it still looks like there's the potential that we're fairly dry up and down the I-5 corridor Saturday morning, at least early to mid-morning. And then the afternoon, we'll see rain showers pick up ahead of a weak front that comes in from the west Saturday evening. No changes from what we've been looking at there. Real quick, there's no big change in the upper flow pattern either, but I know a lot of you like to look at it. This is the American GFS model this afternoon, 5 p.m. There's that cold low centered right over San Francisco. Follow the blue contours. Notice we're in this narrow sliver of cold air. No moisture really flowing into it, but the cold air can't get out. It's just trapped. It's hunkered in. That's why we have this prolonged period of temperatures below normal all the way into Sunday. All right. And then let me play this into Monday. Let's stop at Monday afternoon. Here we go. Ridging, kind of weak ridging, but this will be good enough with sunshine developing on Monday to get us up into the 60s. Remember, Monday, April 8th is the Eclipse day with the totality, remember, being back over Texas and working up through parts of Ohio and up through Buffalo, New York. But the experts say if we have good visibility, we could get up to 20% of a partial eclipse coverage of the sun here late morning into the noon hour local time this coming Monday. I will tell you the forecast Monday shows the potential for some morning marine clouds or fog. If that happens, can't guarantee those clouds clear out by noon, but there's certainly a 50-50 chance at this point that we would see decent visibility. Now, keep your eye on the ridge as I play this into midweek. Here's Wednesday. Ridge has gotten a little stronger. I will tell you, notice that the high 576 high, it's pretty good height, pressure center over Nevada. The European model is a stronger ridge, which would lead to warming temperatures, but everything is pretty much dry next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, at least into Friday. Okay. So there's Saturday. That's still dry weather. The next trough's holding out to sea. Again, the European model is a lot warmer with a stronger ridge. So I guess there's a bit of a question how warm we'll get. Let's run you through some temperatures. Again, this is the current, well, let me refresh this because it's now 5 o'clock. So yeah, okay, 5 o'clock. Well, we're up to 48. So again, no record cold high for Portland, but certainly we've been in the territory thereof. 51 in Medford, 45 in Seattle. Wow. Shower chances through at least Sunday and then some warming next week. All right. They're taking the cooler GFS America model, 61 Thursday in Seattle, 64 Thursday. Could be warmer. Could be warmer. Let's go down south to Medford. Shower chances here into Sunday. And then the dry weather next week as well, with highs getting up into the 60s. Central Oregon, remember we had a snow advisory this morning, and there was snow on the ground over, I know Aspen, the Aspen Lakes Golf Course in the Sisters area had snow on the ground. Sun River had a couple inches of snow on the ground this morning. This shows Friday mainly dry in the morning, and then a slight chance of some showers in the afternoon. Temperatures in Bend getting up to 45. And then you're all dry on Sunday and Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and all dry. This does show, look at this. Next Thursday, Bend getting up to 70 degrees. How about that? Wow. Let's jump it up to, let's see, let's go to Newport. Shower chances of the coast at least into Sunday. And then this shows drying and temperatures up to about 60 the first part of next week as well. Here's my Portland 7-day. Few showers around tomorrow. Again, we didn't get a lot of total rain today in Portland. We're not going to get a lot of total rain tomorrow either. I've got the city down to 38 in the morning, but remember that possibility of some spotty frost in the valley tomorrow morning if the clouds break a little bit. Showers, we talked about, fairly dry in the morning to start, and then increasing showers later in the day, likely showers Saturday night, some showers around Sunday. And then I'm going with the warmer European model right now, which would be 63 Monday, 66 Tuesday, 72 Wednesday, and 78 degrees on Thursday. Wow. Again, my weather site's portlandweather.com. I'm Rod Hill, based out of the Vancouver, Portland area. If you like my video, please hit subscribe. That helps me out. Tell my friends, your friends, or my friends if you see them. And I'll talk to you soon.